So again, there are three foundational models that we're talking about. We're not endorsing one or another, but they are three powerful models. That is Microsoft's Bing, especially in creative mode, OpenAI's ChatGPT 3.5 and 4.0, and Google's Bard.
So I'm going to show you the 3.5 and 4 models as we use them here. So 3.5 is very fast, but is slightly less capable. So if I say something like, write me a limerick about why teachers are great, it will do something very quickly. And there's some okay rhymes there, it's not amazing. Thrives in a rise. So let's switch to the more capable GPT-4 model. And you might notice there are different versions of GPT-4 models that might be available to you depending on what version of OpenAI software you're using. We're just going to use the plain version of GPT-4, but there's versions that have tools included in them, like web browsing or the ability to create code. But let's just say write a limerick about why teachers are great, and you will see that the model is both slower and a little more sophisticated as a result. And you'll notice a few features as you do this. There is the ability that you have to, to clear and start chats again, which will start from scratch. Once you've created something, then you can also end up recreating it if you want to. There's a regenerate button that you can use. You can also stop generation if it's not going where you want it to go, and ask it to regenerate any response that you had before. The version we're using, we've turned off chat history, which removes some features, but makes the chat more private. OpenAI has promised not to use that to train its models in the future, but I could turn that on and I get access to more features as a result. So that's a privacy balancing act that you'll have to do. You also can edit your replies. So I said here, write a poem. I could say, write a poem about teachers now, and that will actually change the response. So I now have a second answer. And if I go back, you'll be able to see that I can actually now flip between the different answers I had. So that lets me refine my prompts, something we'll be talking more about. In some cases, I can also copy text from a prompt elsewhere. So I can do all these things using this chat interface. Of course, the interface is updating all the time, so your mileage may be a little bit different.
So right now we're going to talk about Bing, and Bing is connected to the internet. There are three different modes. There is precise mode, which you can see here by the green. Balance mode is blue, and the creative mode, which is the more powerful model based on 4.0, is the purple. And you can ask it anything you want, and it will respond to you. As you can see, it only has right now 20 prompts at a time, but that continues to increase. It will also give you suggestions on where to go next. A lot of the times these suggestions are great. Sometimes they may not be so great, and so you have to decide if you want to follow its path or your own path after every single prompt. If you want to start a new topic, you use this broom and you start a new topic.
Finally, this is Google Bard, and Google Bard is a little bit different than the two other models we talked about, both of which are powered by OpenAI's model. So they feel very similar to each other, while Bard feels a little bit different. If we say, write me a poem in Bard, we will get the answer all at once as opposed to in segments, and it will generally be much faster than other models, though again, it depends on the circumstance. And there's a few things you can do differently. So one thing I can do is I can view other drafts, and it provides 3 different versions. And whichever version I pick, that's the version that the system will continue to use in the future. I can hit reload to get new drafts. And I can, just like other models, edit the chat afterwards and change it to something else. And it will recreate the conversation there. And those options are all useful ones if I want to get going. I also can reset the chat at any point, and that lets me continue to build things. And there's a few other interesting options here, like the ability to export things directly to documents or Gmail. That will be coming soon to Microsoft products as well. So this will be more integrated in with your regular work tools pretty quickly.